Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is the Imperial Whipford signing on for History of the Guitars, episode 11, I believe. This is Dakota, 2006 Ibanez Prestige Rga321f in sapphire blue. This is my best guitar out of every guitar that I have, which is really saying something. They're all amazing, but as far as the tonal versatility, the smoothness, the exquisite beauty um, of this guitar, it is whoa on every level I can think. So the specs on this thing, move that out of the way, are it is a triple A flame. You can see the flame in it. The lighting in here sucks. Sorry about that. Uh, Maple cap or top. It is a mahogany body, and RGA. It's an RGA with an arch top, so the top isn't flat. You can see where it's raised in certain spots. First, rosewood fretboard, maple neck. It's got the Wenga stripe or strips, or I think it might be Bubinga. It's on the back. You see the strips on it. That's reinforced somehow, and it's cool because the headstock has got a walnut color to it. Usually, the headstock is the same color as the body. I believe it's the only guitar I have that isn't the same color as the body. Of course, now that I think about it, some of my guitars, like I've got a green one where the headstock is black. That'll be one of the next few episodes. But and then one of the coolest things is this binding that goes all the way around the guitar, and then it's even on the inside of the inlays here. Super wicked awesome. It's got a Gibraltar bridge, twin humbuckers, 5-way switch, and then you got a coil split. So in the bridge, middle, and neck positions, you can get coil splits. So I've got 8 tones in this guitar. Sorry about that. And this is a DiMarzio Super Distortion bridge and a Fred in the neck. This is one of the best humbucker combinations that I have ever used. The Fred, it was Joe Satriani's main bridge pickup for years, and I don't know if he still uses it. I assume he probably does to some extent. He's got a bunch of signature pickups. I've got a Saturate pickup. That's his newest signature one in Jonathan, the Jackson Kelly I did a few months ago on this series. And this is just an amazing, amazing guitar. So how I came about this guitar, I literally walked into this store and saw my friend and tech Alex Paniagua. What's up, dude? Working on this. I'd never seen one before. My eyes got it like this big around. And I'm like, where did this come from? And as soon as he set it up, he handed it to me, and I played this thing for 2 hours, and it wouldn't go out of tune, nothing. I only had one. Actually, the guitar I sold to get this was an LTD EC1000, and it was great. But I still wasn't sold on a guitar without a Floyd staying in tune worth a damn, because I felt at that time I needed a locking nut to stay in tune. And once I got this one, yeah, you don't need it. You need good hardware. This is a graphite nut also, and of course it's got Godos on it, because every Ibanez except for the Vega doesn't have Godos on it that I have. But it's just, yeah, it's so good. I mean, it tweaks a little bit, goes out of tune a little bit after I haven't played it for a minute, but you don't need a locking nut to stay in tune. You just need everything to be dialed in right and to function like it's supposed to. It does help to have it clamped down, but it's not a necessity. Anyway, so the thing was on police hold because it was used, so you have to have it in the store for 30 days before. Just checking the time here. Anybody can actually buy it, or unless you pay in full, and then you can hold it. So I would just check every day. It was hanging way up on the top row, and my friend Dave, who I also taught in this very room for several years, bought the EC1000 from me the day the police hold on this went up, was released. So I only paid like $330 out of pocket for this guitar because I sold to him for $650, the LTD to him for $650, which is a great guitar. His son Luca still has it. What's up, kiddo? Just celebrated his 17th birthday. Dave is unfortunately no longer with us. I missed that fucker. Had a lot of fun in this room. Had a lot of great times with him, and he is just well remembered. And as much as the LTD was a great guitar, I used it on a bunch of shows and never recorded anything with it, but since I got this, I don't miss it. It was one of my GIT guitars out of the 6 that I had with me when I was a student there. I still have access. I still own 4 of them and have access to one more. But and so I went and got it. Didn't need anything done to it. It had already been set up, and I've only actually had it on stage twice. Played it at the Viper Room for the first time several years ago when they were still doing the Sunset Jam. Unrehearsed, you sign up. And it was a version of Radiohead's Creep, but it was a girl singing, and we changed the key to B. The key is G normally, and brought the house down. It was just great. And then last year, I played it on stage with this Bollywood, which is largely Indian music, band. We did one gig at the Yorba Linda Community Center. The band is called Fusion Fire. It's up Robbie and Michael and Ken and Jeet and Elena, and I'm trying to as one other person. There were 7 people in the band, but we did one show, went from metal to rock to jazz to pop and back to metal, and this guitar does it all. Extraordinarily versatile. I use my PVJ-SX amp. Amazing clean tone. The best clean tone I've ever had was this guitar through that amp. And then it's got all the high gain. It's got a crunch and an ultra channel in it. And that was a great show. Unfortunately, we got some potential offers, but never got further than that. So we haven't done anything since, but I'd love to play with those people again. They're awesome. And the music was super cool. Most of it was in different language, and I have no idea what they were singing about. We did a Rihanna song and a Queen song, but that was the only thing we played that was actually in English. And besides that, I haven't used it. I mean, I'll use it at rehearsals, and I'm sure I'll do some recording with it sometime. I wouldn't have a problem taking it to any other gigs. It just depends on the environment, because it's in such pristine condition. There's one little scratch right here. If you can even see that. Yeah, next to the input jack, but it's in a place where you can't see it very well. My buddy Nick, actually, when I got it, there was a paint chip missing right here on the edge, and he filled that in and fixed it. If you look real close, you can tell it's been fixed, but it was his eyesore before, and he made that right. So God bless and rest his soul. So the reason I named it Dakota is because it's blue. Headstock is the walnut color. And my favorite dog that ever existed, the nickname we called him Bubba's, because my brother Sean was his dog, but Dakota Bubba's was like the family pet. I miss him so much. He died in September of 2010 while I was a student. Actually, I was walking down the flight of steps from the upper floor to whatever ground floor it was at the school as I got the voicemail from my mom that he had left us. And he was 14. He was an Alaskan Malamute. And but he wasn't like the typical black, white, and gray. He had like charcoalish, like light charcoal red fur on top of white. So that's part of that. And he had like sky blue eyes. And every person who met him wanted to take him home with them. And every person who plays this does not want to give it back. Can't blame them. So, on the back here, let me unplug this so you can get a better picture. That's him right there. Put one of my favorite pictures of him. So, one of the purest, most loving, most amazing souls I have ever or ever will know. And so that, and he was the best dog I ever knew, and this is one of the best, like top 5 or 6 best guitars I have ever played or owned. And so it's very rightfully fitting. So just give you a quick tone demo. I'm just going to do clean tones here. So here's the bridge pickup. Oh, hold on, help if I tuned up. All right, so now we're in tune. Okay, so I'm just going to do some open chords. So here's the bridge pickup. Here's one, and then I'll split the coil. Full humbucker, split, one back from the humbucker, middle selection, both pickups on at the same time. This is one of my favorite selections on this instrument. I'll split the coils. Then one down from the neck pickup. Full neck pickup. And then I'll split the neck pickup. And let's do this guitar will do everything. It is so versatile. Now let's do some heavy gain. That's the bridge. We got the neck. This sings really nicely. So I plan on using this as, it's another instrument I'm never ever getting rid of. This is one of the couple that if I had to choose to grab one of, it'd be down to this one or the JPM, and I think the JPM would probably win, but I'm not entirely sure. One I did a history of a few months ago, Kalel. So there you have it. 2006 Ibanez Prestige Rga321f in sapphire blue. Only thing that's not stock is the pickups. The stock ones are bleh. And they only made this model for a couple of years. I think 2 or 3 years. They also made it in a black onyx finish, and I've checked those out. I was tempted to get one, but it's just not as sexy or as appealing as the blue. And strangely enough, like a couple months before this thing popped up out of nowhere, because I'd never even heard of the model, I was just like, I don't have a blue guitar. I need one. And perfect blue guitar, like the most perfect blue guitar, just presented itself. It's interesting how if you speak things out to the universe, they just manifest themselves somehow into your existence. Not always, usually not when you hope they will. But speaking it out loud definitely helps move it along. So thanks for joining me here. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. And I will see you on the next video. Up the irons and shred on. Imperial Whip Forward, signing off. Till next time.